Generalize the following transactions assuming that the cost and financial transactions are integrated. We have raw material purchase, direct material issued to production, wages of which 30% are indirect, then wages charged to production, manufacturing expenses incurred, manufacturing overhead charged to production, selling and distribution cost, finished products at cost, sales, closing stock, receipts from debtors, payment to creditors. So here we have to pass the journal entries assuming that cost and financial transactions are integrated in nature. So let's have the structure where we'll pass entry one by one. First, raw material purchased. When raw materials are purchased, it has to be routed through the stores ledger control account. And since the accounts or since the transactions are integrated, the credit can directly go to creditors or cash, depending upon the nature of purchase, whether it is cash or credit. Okay. So we can debit the stores ledger control account. Stores ledger control account, which shall be debited. Okay, and credit should go to creditors account, so the amount involved is 2 lakhs, right? So that's the first entry, so I'll call this a serial number. Second one, direct materials which are issued to production. When we say that materials are issued to production, it means it has moved to work in progress and it has gone out of stores. Okay, so work in progress account should increase and stores account should decrease. So what we should do? Item number 2, work in progress control account should be debited and credit should go to stores ledger control account. And the amount involved is 1,50,000. Okay, that's about the materials that were transferred to production. Next, number 3, wages. Wages paid is 1,20,000 and that of course has two elements. First, we'll pass an entry for the wages that were paid. So item number 3, wages paid will be routed through wages control account. Okay, so we'll say wages control account debit to bank. So it means the wages has been paid. It is 1,20,000. Okay. Now, of this, 30% is indirect. It means 70% is direct. And we are given how much of wages have been charged to production, which is 84,000. When we say it is charged to production, it means it is taken to work in progress. Okay. So item number 4, we can say work in progress control account debit to wages control account. It's going to be that 84,000. It means out of this 1,20,000, 70%, that is 84,000, has been transferred to production. It means remaining 30%, that is around 36,000, is transferred to factory overheads. So let's have that. Item number 5, we have to say factory overhead control account should be debited, and that should be debited for 30% of this amount, and that works out to 36,000, and credit should go to wages control account, and that's 36,000. Okay, so that's been done. Then we have this manufacturing expenses that were incurred, that is also 84,000. So this manufacturing expenses would be debited to factory overhead control. So let's say item number 6, it's factory overhead control account debit to bank account. That's going to be 84,000. Then what else we have? The manufacturing overhead that was charged to production is 92,000. It means work in progress will increase by 92 and manufacturing overhead should reduce by 92,000. That's factory overhead. So item number 7, we can say work in progress control account debit. It's going to increase by 92,000 and factory overhead control account will reduce by 92,000. So that is taken care. Then we have selling and distribution cost 20,000. Okay, let's account for that first. Item number 8, selling and distribution overheads account debit. and credit should go to bank account because it has been paid and the amount involved is 20,000. Now a question should arise where this selling and distribution overhead account should be transferred. It will be eventually transferred to cost of sales account. Okay. Then we have finished products at cost 2 lakhs. So from where we got this finished products? By transferring it from work in progress. It means we'll have finished goods ledger control account that should be debited. So item number 9, we can say finished goods ledger control account debit, and credit should go to work in progress control account, and the amount involved is this 2 lakhs. Okay, so let's capture this 2 lakhs. Then item number 10, we have sales, okay, which is 2,90,000. Let's pass that. But before passing the entry for sale, we have to understand that this finished goods along with this selling and distribution should be transferred to cost of sales. Okay, so item number 10, let us debit cost of sales account. Cost of sales account debit, and credit should go to two items. One is selling and distribution overheads account, and the other one is say finished stock, to finished stock ledger control account. So what is this selling and distribution? We have selling and distribution 20,000. We have finished goods 2 lakhs. So both put together will get transferred, which is 2,20,000. Okay, so that has been done. Then we have some information about the sales that is taking place, which is 2,90,000. So item number 11, sales. So it can be cash or credit. Assuming credit sale, then we have to debit the debtors. So we can say sundry debtors account debit to sales account. Okay, and the amount involved is 2,90,000. Then what are the other items we have? There is some receipt from debtors. There is no closing stock. There is some receipt from debtors 69,000. So item number 12, receipt from debtors, we can say bank account debit to sundry debtors account, and the amount involved is 69,000. Then finally item number 13, what is that? Payment to creditors, which is 1,10,000. So when payment is happening, we have to debit the sundry creditors. Sundry creditors account should be debited to bank account, and amount involved is 1,10,000. Okay, so we have completed all the entries.